Hello, welcome to Waypoint Survival. Today I want to talk to you about how to make some survival shoes. Stay tuned. So one of the things that I carry with me when I'm out doing my bushcrafting, practicing survival skills, is I often have a high density foam mattress like the one you see strapped to the bottom of my pack. Now these foam mattresses can be bought pretty inexpensively. I bought this one for about $5 US, and they're not that expensive even online. The new ones, you can buy some of them at Walmart, the blue kind, but it's just a high density foam. There is no blowing up of an air mattress or anything like that. I do have those kind of air mattresses, but I like this because it's tough, it's durable, you know, they're puncture proof, and you know, if you want something to depend on, this is the one you would want to take with you, again, because they're really hard to beat up. But there is something that you can do with this mattress that is just a great little survival tip. And so I want to share that with you. So let's get to it. So laying down on this mattress, one thing that you'll notice is where my head is, I have some space on either side of my head. And it's about that much room on either side of this mattress that I really don't need for my head to lay on. That's a really good thing, and I want to show you what you can do with this extra space. Here is a piece of another foam mattress just like this one that I have cut up previously, and I often use this. It's just a very small piece of one of these foam mattresses that I cut, and I'll often stick this inside of a haversack, or if I'm just packing really light. And what that's good for is I use this for a seat, something to set my gear on, something just to keep things off the ground if it's wet or cold or snowy. It's really not big enough to lay on, but it does make a nice seat. And so what you can do is you can take something like this, and what you want to do is you want to put your foot on it. Now you could use a piece of charcoal from your fire to mark this out. You could use a Sharpie or a pen, pencil, or you could just use your knife, which is fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take my boot off, and I pretty much always wear boots 6 inch high or so, and trying to, you know, protect my ankles and such. Take off the sock, and then we'll put our foot right here on the mat. I hardly ever go barefooted, so I apologize for the white feet, but anyway. So put our foot down, and what we want to do is we want to take the knife, and we want to make a cut out. We want to cut something like this, a decent size rectangle around the foot. Okay? Once we get the rectangle cut to size, what we want to do is put the foot just like this. And then we're going to make a cut right here between the toes on either side, and I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see that better. Alright, so we're going to make a cut right here. Just put a little mark right beside the big toe, right beside the next toe. We're going to put one here on the instep. I'm going to go to the other side and do another one just opposite of it. And I'm going to do one in the back right behind the heel. Okay? And then I'm going to put a mark right up here at the top between my toes. Right here. Okay. So you can kind of see what that looks like. Now what we do, so you can kind of see what that looks like. We got the two cuts here, got the one there, two cuts on each side, and then the one in the back. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start to trim this out. we're going to take these two here and we're going to cut forward up to where our cross cut is, not all the way, okay, like this. I'm going to go sideways, and what we're cutting out is kind of like a T shape, okay, like this, and all the way across like that. You can see as we got this T shape. Now we're gonna trim this down a little bit because we don't need that much stuff. Trying to do this where it's zoomed in and keep it in the camera. Alright, so we don't need that piece. And we're going to cut this down a little bit as well on each side. Of course, it helps to have a really sharp knife to do this. So this is what we end up with, is something like this. Alright, then we take this section here where we've got these two side cuts. It was on either side of the foot. And what we want to do is put the knife in here, and we're going to cut toward the back like this, and we want to go around kind of like this where our back heel cut was to the side, come over here to the other side cut right here, and we're going to cut this way, and we're going to connect that. Okay. Alright, so now you can kind of see what we have. We have this T shape here, and we have this here. Alright, next, what we want to do, we want to fold this forward. I'm going to find out about where this will fit in. And we're going to take the knife, and we're going to make a cut right in here. You don't want it to be a great big cut, about the width of your knife perhaps. But it needs to be smaller than this T shape. Then we take and we stuff the T shape up inside of it. Just like this. Okay? Put it inside of that slit. Just like that. Alright? And now we can stick our foot inside like this. And we have our emergency shoes. Now if you want to, of course you can shape this and make this a little more rounded, and we can do that very easily. Of course, make sure you don't cut your foot. Do that, and then on around to the side. Alright, so here we have our pair of survival shoes put together, and what's really neat about these is once we get them put together, they're very easy to take apart and store flat in your gear. So you just take the T part out of that little slot, fold everything back flat, and there you go. You have a very small, lightweight piece that you can carry in your pack. Doesn't take up much space or much room. So to put them on, you just slide them on like you would a normal pair of flip-flops. And there you go. There's your survival shoes. You can walk over rocks and stones. Be a comfortable pair of footwear for just wearing around camp, for crossing a creek or a stream. Or if you get in a survival situation and something happens to your boots or shoes, they get really wet, you need something dry to wear around, these will work perfectly for that. This is James Bender for Waypoint Survival. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure and check out the links in the description box below. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. And when you do subscribe, make sure and press that bell button to stay notified of all of our upcoming videos. And we'll talk to you next time.